following presentation of the Montyman's Meditorials is brought to you by Kurt and Debbie Palmer, Roger McDermott and KHLT Recovery Broadcasting. To subscribe to this as well as any of our recovery shows, visit our website at take12radio.com. And now, here's the Montyman with this week's Meditorial.
Well, greetings, friends and family. Welcome to this episode of the Montyman's Meditorial. This one is entitled, We Cease Fighting Anything or Anyone. Well, what exactly are we meaning when we quote this portion of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous? Does this mean I no longer stand for my values against the tide of popular opinion? Does it mean I never share what I know to be true to those lost and hurting? To stand down and do nothing, well, that would be ludicrous, right? It has been said that evil abounds when good men do nothing. Never has there been a time when this quote should be shouted from the rooftops. But then, what do we do if we have ceased fighting anything or anyone? Now, I don't believe for 1 minute that we compromise our values or allow ourselves to blend in with what has become normalized. We can still stand strong and loyal to our convictions. But what I have learned is that every opinion, every value, every message I feel strongly in sharing with others will be received only when the approach, well, is approachable. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is this. We don't back down from anyone. But if we are not approachable in our demeanor, then what are those to do when they come around to the truth we so freely spout is right and just? They surely won't be attracted to us. I'll never forget watching the news years ago as so-called people of faith tossed bricks through the windows of an abortion clinic, all in the name of nonviolence. All in the name of nonviolence? So what are we to do with a world that is compromising its morality at every turn? Well, first, we need not take up the sword and chop our enemy's ear off. I mean, Jesus will simply put it back on anyway. Second, we need to be dedicated to a life of prayer. Prayer in all areas of our life. First, for our neighbor, whether liberal or conservative, no matter race, creed, faith, or no faith, praying for God's love to be bestowed upon them, because that is the greatest gift that we can give our world. Third, praying that the Spirit of God would guide, convict, and convert all people's thinking in the right direction of holiness and a God consciousness. This would include praying this for ourselves as well, because otherwise we may be praying with wrong motives. My friends, I have strong opinions. Any of you that listen to my shows know this all too well, and I don't apologize for them. But I have ceased fighting over issues that make little difference in the world. And when I put down the sword, I find that God can use me in ways that truly do make a difference. It's something to think about. Our closing song this week is by our good friend Freebo, and it's entitled, Before the Separation Had Begun. Here's Freebo.
Was it an illusion back when I was young, when everyone was living on a promise? In unity and dignity, together we were one, believing in the freedom of a dream. Once upon a great frontier, not so long ago, the hope of man and earth were so connected. This beautiful creation, here to help us grow, is watching as it slowly slips away. On this carousel of madness, on a horse to kingdom come, I see our dreams just melting in the sun. Won't you take me back to Eden, to a time when we were one, before the separation had begun? For the ones who have the money and the many who have not, the great divide grows wider by the moment. Equal opportunity doesn't mean a lot to the one who has to struggle to get by. On this carousel of madness, on a horse to kingdom come, I see our dreams just melting in the sun. Won't you take me back to Eden, to a time when we were one, before the separation had begun? Hiding in our lives, we blindly close our eyes. Safe but not so sound, no freedom to be found, no. Now I will give my heart and soul, show undying faith, fighting for a cause that I believe in. Tactical delusions lead me not astray, for the voices of the healing will survive. On this carousel of madness, on a horse to kingdom come, I see our dreams just melting in the sun. Won't you take me back to Eden, to a time when we were one, before the separation had begun? Won't you take me back to Eden, to a time when we were one, before the separation had begun?
Now that is some lyrics to chew on and really think about. Freebo, before the separation had begun. For more of his great positive music, visit him at freebomusic.com. All right. We would really encourage you to share this broadcast, to comment as well, or send us an email at take12radio@comcast.net. And please visit our main website where you can subscribe for fun and for free on all major podcasting platforms listed there to all of our shows and recovery workshops as well. And a whole host of recovery recording artists sharing their recovery music. All at take12radio.com. Until our next broadcast, this is the Montyman, and I am wishing God's perfect serenity for you.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting and the Take 12 Recovery radio shows.